Rich DeMarco on the final day of the first week of Army preseason camp 2014, joined by Black Knights defensive back Chris Carnegie. Chris, you're here on this final day of the first week. Still another practice coming up a bit later on, but tell me how you felt this first week and now the second day where you've had full pads.
It's definitely changed. Coach Mike has really been pushing us, forcing the whole toughness and humility and effort piece. I think the team's responding really well. Everybody's working hard. We just got to keep turning it up, get on our assignments.
What are a couple of things this coaching staff is really stressing for the defense and for the secondary in particular?
As far as defense, it's just effort. Like we miss a play or whatever, just busting our butt, getting back to the ball, everybody pursuing and having that second reaction. And as a team, Coach Mike is pushing the whole toughness and effort. So right now we're just working hard and changing our whole mentality in that aspect.
How do you feel as a unit? It wasn't long ago this was a very young secondary. Now you have some experience. How do you feel about this group around you?
We're definitely a lot more comfortable playing with each other. Coach Bateman came in and installed a defense that we all are starting to get real comfortable with, and it helps having a veteran in the secondary. Everybody's instincts are a lot more tuned, and so everybody seems comfortable. So we're just working on meshing that a lot more and incorporating the freshmen a lot more too.
You mentioned the coaching staff stressing effort. If you had to pinpoint one or two things between now and that first game coming up against Buffalo that your unit really has to work on, what would it be?
Believing that we can play with anybody. Everybody's like, oh, this is Army football, always downplaying it. But, Coach Mike has really changed our minds. Like, we can play with anybody as long as we work for it, So we just got to push and know we can play with anybody.
Now we're joined by Black Knights tight end Kelvin White. And Kelvin, thanks for a couple minutes and quite a last 8 months for you, making the transition from quarterback to wide receiver and now settling in a tight end.
Yes, sir. I'm just trying to make the team win. Whatever coach asks me to do, I just feel like it's my obligation to get out there and give it my best every single play.
You turned some heads during spring ball with your play at wide receiver. How much of maybe a surprise it was how things came, maybe quick to you, and then what was the biggest thing you needed to work on after spring to get ready here for preseason camp?
Well, for spring, it was a little bit easier for me because, quarterback has to know every position on the field on offense. And so when I got in there, I kind of knew what I had to do. And with the transition to tight end, I really just had to get on weight, put on weight, hit it hard in the strength and conditioning area, and give it my best every play. And what I have to work on the most is blocking, and that'll just come with Coach Davis coaching me and Coach Verpale. Like, they're great guys, so I think it'll be all right.
Last couple of years, we haven't really been used to seeing an actual tight end on the field and things being expected of them. How do you see the tight end fitting in this offense and your role in the offense?
Well, they have me all over the field, and my role in the offense is only what they tell me to do. So depending on what team we play, we might have different schemes, and they might have me play a lot and they might not have me play at all. But it's whatever the coaches want, and I'm gonna give them what they ask me, and I'm gonna give it 110%.
How do you feel this first week and the offense as a whole?
I feel great. Have a lot of things to work on. We're definitely not ready to play Buffalo yet, but we're looking forward, and if we just keep doing the things that we're told to do and do them to our best ability, I think we'll be great, and I think we're in great shape right now.
I need to ask you, when you look at the transition from quarterback, wide receiver, tight end, I think some weight, some muscle has been put on. How much does that strength affect you? How much of an impact does it have when you're actually in there at that different position, maybe playing at a different weight when you're out on the field, especially with pads?
It's definitely a help. It helps me out a lot, actually. I wouldn't want to be in there like banging bodies with Bobby Coe and Joe Drummond, Mike Ugini when I was 205 pounds. So, it definitely gives me a better leg up. Definitely not an advantage when you're going against big guys like that. But I feel like the weight definitely helped me out a lot. And I hope that it keeps helping me in the future.
Well, Kelvin, we appreciate a couple of minutes. Best of luck the rest of preseason camp.
Thank you very much, Rich.
That's Army tight end Kelvin White. We were also joined by Black Knights defensive back Chris Carnegie. 4 weeks from today, it's the Army Football 2014 opener. Black Knights taking on Buffalo at Michie Stadium. Here on the final day of the first week of Army preseason camp. For Night Vision, I'm Rich DeMarco.